Deltouche is doing. And speaking of Wraithless comps, we have one here.
Oh, Team Deltouche is already getting into a fight as Lyric is the first one to go down. It's going to be sending him to pick that one up, and they're moving forward now to try and punish them even further. They're running the Wraithless composition here with the Bloodhound. They've got themselves, of course, the Gibraltar. And he's going to be the first point of contact in this fight. They've already gone the one knock. They've got the advantage in this 3v2. The scan comes out. It's on the roof, and they're going to go ahead and go for the challenge. Sung almost gets cracked on that white armor, but they should be able to follow this one up and take him out very shortly there. And now bringing it down, that's going to be the finish on that squad. So Ace, Lyrics, and Noko out as we join on board with Team Razor, who've gotten challenged over here by Epicenter. They've got 2 knocked already. It's Haculo and Muffins down. It's all up to Zeratricky. He's got the Spitfire ready to go. Almost cracked for that purple, but has to back away. He's super low on HP and hasn't been able to pop any heals quite yet, as he will go ahead and pop the barrel for himself. Here's the res, gets the re-knock, it looks like, onto Bambino. He goes for another swap, slowly running out of ammo, but at some point he's gonna have to heal up because on the other side, NPL's Ronnie. He's got the purple armor at 50 HP. There's the Phoenix kit as he goes for the peek now. Zeratricky hits for flesh on the down people, but he needs to hit damage onto Ronnie at this point. They're very close in terms of effective HP at this point because of the fortified and the low profile, but Zeratricky is getting the worst of this exchange now as Ronnie, he smells blood in the water. He wants to finish this off, but the caustic barrels, Tom, the caustic barrels.
This is great plays by both players, but especially Ronnie, the way he's kind of zipping through here and baiting the res coming out, and now Muffins is going to time out. But throughout all this, Ronnie's running around looking for ammo because how long this fight actually is taking. So this is huge if he's able to continue to bait down with Bambino, get that player to push through with the Zeratricky, and now's the challenge coming through. Ronnie going to back off, though, because some big Spitfire shots. If you're not aware, the Spitfire did get a little minor update where it's doing a lot of damage, but Ronnie doesn't care. He's going to finish him off. Team Razor going down to Nestle Pure Life.
Yeah, but Nestle Pure Life has taken so long on this fight. I'm surprised that none of the teams from maybe Fragment have come over here for the third party. Ronnie, though, will be able to pick up the beacons, or excuse me, the banners, and deliver them straight to this beacon. But that might be that calling sign for teams to come over and third party this. Joining on board with LG, who are now making the rotation through. They're over at Harvester. It's a little bit late. Don't know exactly where they're dropping for this tournament. But we'll see if they get caught up here. One of the EU representatives coming out, running the Horizon composition, the Horizon Wraithless composition here.
Well, I'm a liar. I thought they were going to be running Crypto and Caustic like they normally do, but it looks like they're trying a couple of new things and probably going to adapt with a whole new play style here. And it's pretty interesting because this is just a skirmish play comp, or team comp if I've ever seen one, as we see what Team Frex is doing. And they're rotating over towards the side, over towards the back of Thermal, because this is where they're going to be able to pick up a lot of kills. They're going to try to see exactly how far they can get in throughout all of this. But this is one of the most brutal zones in Apex. If you can't get into Thermal and you're struggling like a team like LG that's really far out, you can see exactly what happens to a team like Shamesis. You just get hit from the side by a freaky, stinky, sweaty little man.
Yeah. And it looked like they were trying to make that southern rotate. They can continue to play here. Surprisingly enough, of course, they're running the Watson. We're seeing some Watson in play, not as much as usual, but Jame Assist will be able to just go ahead and trap up that port as they go for the res, but oh no, just a wide peek from Sumo, and he gets punished for it. Hambino is left by himself on this Watson, and he's basically in the middle of the ring. There's going to be teams all around him, so we'll see how long he can survive. We're joining on board with Team Rockstar, though, as they're making their way through that choke, coming up from Hot Springs here. We knew there was a squad just in front of them who have given up this position, and so now Rockstar are going to try and get aggressive off of this. Crummy's going to set up that fort for himself. EMP coming in. Will they be able to challenge this in time, though? Looks like they're just making a play for the building, though. They are running that Watson for themselves, and they were able to take out Frex, it looks like, at the very least. So it's a 3v2 if they want to continue this push.
I believe Frex was picked off from the side by maybe Rocker throughout all this. So Rockstar and Rocker kind of working together over there, and like you said, they're running the Watson, so coexisting in this building is fairly easy for them, and they're not gonna have to worry about Frex's scans, which is gonna be nice. So they are gonna be interested in pushing on this since they understand the numbers advantage. And I like the way that Crummy has been playing this Wraith, like aggressive portal. He's gonna go and now infiltrate towards the window and try to get some peeks over here just to get some more armor checks. And then you're gonna have Tech that if he wants to go and push, he can, but he can also nice 108 through the window right there. Now Tech can go in and get aggressive as well. Pickett's there, nice burst through the window. But you're gonna have to worry about the third party. Zenile is gonna go down. Crummy needs to hit this last shot. He goes down to Clarify. Is Clarify gonna get the thirst in time? No, but a thermite comes through. Pickett now gonna have to reset. Tech with the armor swaps. And very nice job by Rockstar. But again, that was all Crummy going through the window and starting things off with that big 108.
Yeah, cracking that gold armor on that Caustic, doing the majority of the damage that they really needed to. And Matt Pickett and Tech following up, getting rid of that final player there. We're down to 17 squads, 50 players remaining as the ring continues to close. And they'll be happy to hold on to this position for now, especially with all the death boxes here for them to work off of, the utilities there. So they can definitely hold on here, but we'll see how long Rice Krispies can hold on as they're forced to use that bubble on the rotate here. Stunny healing up as quickly as he can, but he's only got the slow meds, and he has to bail out of that bubble, making their way behind the cover of the rocks as Hill now takes so much damage on that horizon. Stunny is still forced to go through that med right now, but it's NRG playing here on the low ground that have punished CLG.
They have, and this is what we were talking about, Rocker getting that knock. That's the team that ended up being killed eventually as Rockstar finished him off. But this is a priority spot right here for NRG because we've seen the zones pull directly on towards this building. And if you're here, you're picking up so many kills, and you're basically getting a free top 5 in placements because when push comes to shove, there's going to be at least 3 or 4 teams that are going to be outside your building, all in different areas, trying to push. But we'll see exactly where in thermal this is going to go. You have multiple ones that end inside of actual thermal where the scans are going down. You have one that ends over towards the donut area, and then you have some endings in the very back of thermal where the buildings are and the fences. So as this continues to unfold and the scans keep coming through, we're going to find out exactly what zone that is.
Yeah, Team Daltouche and the Touche Bags, they're still playing here on the edge over at Tree for the time being. As, you know, they're not really under too much pressure to move out of this. They can take their time at this point. And so it looks like that's what they're going to try and elect to do. Don't know if they'll catch many people rotating through here from the south side. But at this point, when you've already gotten a team fight win here in the early game, playing for the Lakem can be nice. There is a squad in front of them. In that connector area, and this is Sentinels that could actually sandwich that squad. But Sentinels are just holding position over this beacon building as they do get that information for us. The next ring will start continuing to pull it down, so it can pull over towards these buildings, but more than likely it'll probably split the difference right there and go for the platforms just over the lava. We'll see how teams play this one out.
Yeah, that's a good call, and you could tell that that was Team Sentinels when they pushed over towards the side and just dominated the team that was down over towards the hill. As Team Timmy is in the back of Tree. This is the team that is kind of on Daltouche's side, so we'll see what they elect to do. It's pretty interesting to me that Daltouche's team has one of the fastest rotates from Tree on over to Thermal, and they elected to kind of gatekeep. It's pretty risky because when we saw the map not too long ago, there was a team over towards launch site, and they could come in third party that fight between Daltouche and Timmy. So now I see what Shame Assist is up to. They're on the ropes over here with Team Liquid on their trail. Hotsick coming through on the horizon. That's going to be fun to watch.
We have that wombo combo, and it's a little bit off center there, but just to cut them off as Flanker goes for that peak. Done a lot of damage through that. Watson Hambino will ultimately go down to Hot Six Mastiff. Now it is a 3v2. They elect to go for the reset before they push off of this because they already have the advantage here. The body's way split up for them as well. Flanker has to back away as he's been cracked now. Albralele trying to swing from the left-hand side with the help of Hot Six, pushing up with the nades now. But they do have to contend with these Watson traps until Albralele will be able to get the knock onto Sumo, and they finish off Sunny Hero. And so that's Shame Assist going down. Daltouche, though, they're trying to make their advance through this area, but it looks like they might have to go for a very far northern wrap. as they're trying to avoid what was Team Timmy along with Team Sentinels playing that choke point. But oh boy, they're getting shot from every angle, making this difficult. Now they have 9 seconds before the zone starts closing, and without the Wraith, the option to try and rotate to the north side becomes that much more difficult, especially when Cooler are there, keeping them pinned down. So this is just a big Daltouche sandwich as Cooler are forcing them into Team Timmy, into Team Sentinels.
It's a tough situation to be in, and that's what we talked about with Thermal being one of the harder zones to go and make your plays through, because all of these gatekeeping spots are from power positions. As Timmy's going to get the knock on a Naughty over towards the side, drops down some really nice massive shots, is going to connect on both of those, and that's going to be what is that? S-I-N? Is that what they go by? Z-I-N. Going out. Zach Mazer's squad. Very impressive team fight. So fast that Sentinels can't even third party.
Yeah, you saw they were just watching from their perch, wondering if they could go in for it, but without seeing any trades whatsoever. A team fight, not close at all. They do not go in, and Sentinels will hold on to their position here as LG make a very risky balloon rotate. It could have been into the waiting malls of Team Sentinels here, but okay, here's LG now holding position over Cooler. And surprisingly enough, I believe LG got into a fight with Na'Vi earlier on. I'm surprised that they're still sitting on these whites. If it was just Ron who got all that damage, or I might have been misremembering the kill feed here, but they will like to hold this angle for the time being, as they do realize the ring does pull away from them once again. And they'll have to commit to one side. Oh boy, Rockstar in a fight though. Ultimately, NRG able to get that with the help of Team Liquid.
Yeah, and now all the gatekeeping has commenced. NRG needs to heal up. It's going to be Nathan. And Rockstar is going to be picked apart over towards the side too. So now NRG realizes, unfortunately for them, this is not the end zone. And man, that would have been amazing if it pulled over there for them. They're going to have to make their way over towards the side. And I'm predicting, like you said, probably something over towards that platform, most likely in the back of Thermal here. They are in on this next zone, so you can see the way that they want to play this one is most likely just wait for this to close, make sure that they have their whole back secured. Once that happens, they're going to start advancing forward. And they're going to have to play on that right-hand side and work with all those teams that are basically inside of all the buildings here, as we see what's going on in the middle of Thermal. This is going to be Na'Vi and team, I believe, Rice Krispies, a little bit of a mix.
Oh boy, Daltouche's team in a lot of trouble, as Sung is the only one surviving here, trying to make their way through. And it looks like that was the rotation option that they decided to go for, as it was a combination of Team Timmy. Or, well, never mind, I say combination, I just keep forgetting. They've got Hawkins on that squad. But MPL now in a fight up against Cooler. Bambino gets the knock onto Nasky. So that should still be taking place there on the eastern edge, unless Cooler have already made their way through, maybe even through the train tunnel here. Timmy's taking quite some damage, but he will be safe for now. He is on that horizon, can be extremely slippery.
Yeah, and I think Bronzy is a very, very talented Wraith. Played with him a lot throughout my ranked grind in Apex, and also recently got some games in with Timmy, and he was absolutely dominating. As looks like the black hole is going to be taken out immediately, and that's what you love to see. Great teamwork. A lot of teams don't immediately shoot the black hole. It's just like a crypto drone. If everyone shoots it immediately, they're going to go down, but they have a huge advantage in terms of this fight. You can see LG doesn't have very good armor. They're being picked apart from the side. Now it's only up to Rugby, who's stuck inside this train tunnel, but nobody from Team Timmy taking any damage throughout all of that.
As one black hole for another. Team Timmy, like you said, dealing with it extremely quickly here, as Cooler now are down to a duo. Have the option to try and recover Nasky's banners. Can be a little bit difficult, but it looks like they're just going for kill points, or just electing to move in with the zone now. Ooh, Yuki taking a lot of damage from behind. The teams that are still up top, that could be Team Timmy, and definitely is Bronzy, Hawkins, and Timmy in position here. Hawkins now is trying to move up. Team Liquid find themselves in a little fight as they finish off Sung, and so that is Team Daltouche out in 14th place. They do have some kill points behind them here. Now we have to remember there's still 5 more games to go, as Team Liquid are really lighting up the kill feed. NPL out.
Yeah, Team Liquid's heating up right now. You can see Hot Six feeling himself. He's going to go and toss that black hole, but oh no, he got a little bit too excited and gets 30-30'd out of the air right there from Na'Vi. And now Team Timmy up on top of the hill, trying to collapse that Spitfire with the purple mag. 55 shots, doing so much damage from behind. Timmy with the Mastiff as well, so if he needs to get into that bubble and do some fighting inside, he's going to be able to do so. Now RK stuck inside of the bottom of this jungle gym, as you call it, Jamerson, and they're not in a good position. This is one of the last spots that you want to be. You see how many teams are already starting to rotate in, and this is going to be a very, very bloody fourth zone when it closes.
Yeah, this ring actually pulling over towards that southwest compound that we've seen so many times in the past. And this particular rotate almost necessitates a Wraith at this point. And this is a Wraithless composition. RK taking so much damage. They're trying to alleviate any of the pressure here. Bats being tossed around in between. They're going to need them. All the armor's being absolutely cracked here. Stunning now, slow healing with the syringes as well. They've got 45 seconds to try and come up with some sort of game plan here, but they have their back to worry about. They have their rotate to worry about. They've got Team Timmy nading them as well, as it's just been Team Timmy doing a great job, as already Bronzy has set up that port for them to make it across.
Very nicely done by Team Timmy, but they do have a team, I believe, on the platform. So, oh, it's just a caustic barrel. Looks like this is going to be free for them, which is absolutely insane. There is a small chance that it is going to continue to pull over here or in between the two spots where we see where the zone is. Hal with the Spitfire. We got a lot of Spitfire gamers in this lobby right now.
Oh boy, Na'Vi almost getting caught up in that black hole. Imperial Hal doing great damage with that Spitfire. He's on the horizon here as Albert Laley for Team Liquid gets two. That's gonna be, what? A double arch star onto Kuya and Max Strafey. That's Nesh going down to flanker. Team Liquid pick up 3 more there as they continue this push now. Albert Laley does have to pop that Q, and he's got someone right in front of him. Drop down to 10 HP. Albert Laley can go down to just 1 bullet, and he ultimately will. It's up to flanker here to try and survive for as long as possible. Team Liquid go down in 7, and that's going to be to Team Timmy. Timmy himself has 6 kills, and we know that Bronzy and Hawkes have a number as well. This might just be the squad who have been able to make some great rotates here on the edges now, but the zone will continue to pull to the southwest with 6 squads remaining. 16 players here, 2 players missing out of the lobby. Don't know if it's a solo or if it's 2 duos running around. We'll find out in just a moment.
What a job by Team Timmy as TSM now stuck inside of this black hole. Nades left and right. Bubble is going to go down, but both of those banners need to be recovered, and you can see there's basically no chance of Rep's going to be able to get these guys back into the game, as we haven't talked about Sola Fide much because of the fact that they do land over towards Thermal, so they were able to pick the priority building that they wanted throughout all of this, and they take the game-winning building, I believe, as NRG's now made their rotation too. But very impressed with Team Timmy, very impressed with NRG, and also you got to give credit to Sola Fide for picking the right spot to go throughout all of this too. So unfortunately for a team like Daltush's team, they could have came from Tree, and they're going to have to be watching what Timmy's doing on what their rotation should have been. And it was a very impressive performance for them just to get to that point. So now the portal going to come through. Reps on a hawk, like just a hawk over that portal, trying to stay alive as long as possible. And he's doing a great job just backing off numerous players. Do basically a 3-on-1 here as they just do not stop poking out.
Yeah, he's almost got his red Evo. And unfortunately for him, though, the zone is going to start closing in, and he just used his bubble as well. 20 seconds on that cooldown. You've got the entirety of Flashpoint watching. Now they do almost get that crack, but they have to back off now. Never mind. Panders will go ahead and consider dropping down. He does get the finish, and so that is TSM out. We're now down to our top 5. As now Team Timmy are in trouble. Sentinels are on top of him. Hawkes and Timmy are gone. It's all up to Bronzy, but Flashpoint will put an end to them as Sentinels clean that one up. They've got the high ground position here. Now this is the final circle. We're down to our top 3 squads.
Yeah, you could see Sentinel's experience really starting to pay off in this lobby. They've been here plenty of times in this specific circle, and they know how important this rock and this area is, because a lot of teams are going to start coexisting over there towards the buildings and kind of turtling in. The problem is Sola Fide is rocking Caustic, so it's going to be extremely hard for this team if they want to go and push in. But the zone is pulling away in an entire minute, and once that happens, Team Sentinels is going to be in the perfect position. The only thing that would really stop that would be if Energy decides that they want to send on them, but instead, Gentrifying sends it immediately. That's going to open things up not only for Sentinels, but Sola Fide. We'll see if they follow up on that one, as Rocker's going to get the finish. So this is a great thing for Sentinels to be in, great situation for Sentinels to be in.
Yeah, Sentinels are on the slow side. They've got the Caustic Barrel set up everywhere as well. So they have absolute priority over this zone now. Really, the only big trouble that they're going to run into is quite possibly, the Horizon Black Hole. But if they stay spread out far enough, they really won't have to worry about it. They can take their time. They can try to poke away and force Flashpoint and Sola Fide to fight each other, as we do have the rotate coming out now. NRG now making the rotate. Sweet's making his way in. He does go down along with Nathan there. So we're now down to Sola Fide versus Sentinels. And Sentinels are just holding the angle. They're resetting up the barrels for themselves. They know the points of exit for Sola Fide. We'll see if they can try and close the gap quickly enough, or if Sentinels just finish this one off.
It's got the Caustic Gas in hand, gonna toss that one out. That's gonna be doing some serious damage to everybody besides Designful, but it looks like a counter gas coming through with the Black Hole. Like you said, the Wombo is gonna hit. The bubble's perfectly placed. Also, great job by, I believe it was Gentrifying, who was able to get into the air right there. And they're finding some decent knocks on the side. It's gonna come down to Designful in a 2 versus 1, but they're fairly weak throughout all of this. So if he's able to connect, it's gonna be all Designful right now in a 1-on-1, and he's gonna finish it off. Are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness, that gas just doing enough vision impairment, making it difficult for the Sentinels to actually spot out that last player. And in the 1v2, he clutches up and gets the win for Sola Fide. Sola Fide take game number 1 here for a Series E 10K event.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a quick
We're
break.
gonna go ahead and
Tally
take a
up the
short break.
leaderboards. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
we'll be right
Go ahead.
back,
Jameson,
guys.
that's all you.
So back when pre-season, like before they nerfed Caustic, my favorite force line, when every time he threw gas or like shot gas, and he would just like be like, oh, I think that's like my favorite voice line, because literally I can only see everything. I can see everything and nobody else can. So I think that was my favorite one.
Ever able to recover Flight's banner? We'll find out in just a moment. Mercy only taking his time. We'll be able to fire on Fat Fruit into it, but it's about also healing him up right now, as we do have the Wraith jumping through and
up here, so things really going in the favor of Team Liquid. Meanwhile, Zeratrick is going to get dropped. You're going to have a push over here from 303.
It looks like it's Rogue standing in their way. Drop does go down as Sweets will be able to pick up 2 there with the Caustic Gas, but he will not be able to finish